Hey headbangers! Roxy here coming at you with another super fun episode of Totally Nostalgic. I've gotta say, I'm pretty excited to get this video rolling. So, we all love to reminisce and discuss our favorite cartoons and TV shows that we grew up with. One of the most iconic channels for content such as this is none other than the first kids network itself, Nickelodeon. But what I've most recently come to realize as I was thinking of what to cover in this video, where are all the videos about shorts? That's right, shorts. Not that kind. I mean, sure, I love to talk about Wienerville and Rocco's Modern Life as much as the next individual living day to day in the yesterworld. But some of my most favorite memories of watching Nickelodeon comes from what came on in between. So today, we'll be covering, in my opinion, one of the most overlooked pieces of TV nostalgia. As a warning, this video may contain spoilers for those of you who haven't seen these shorts. We'll start this off alphabetically, or rather, adventure. Max and the Alphabet Adventures. This clever little short aired mornings on Nick Jr. It featured a little boy named Max and a letter of the alphabet, different with each episode, that he would reveal by shining a flashlight upon the corner of his bedroom. Each adventure would be full of characters and scenarios that went along with the letter featured in the episode. For example, with the short featuring the letter B, Max flew to the beach in a balloon where he and letter B met a bulldog named Bernice and stumbled across a group of bears holding a Bebop Bear barbecue. For sure, a fun and memorable way to teach young kids about the ABCs. Okay, so this next one is a bit obscure, but one of my personal favorites. This short is titled Grace, and is best described as a sort of early Angela Anaconda styled animation. In this 1986 short by Tanya Weinberger, a little girl introduces herself as Grace, and continues to complain about how she dislikes her appearance, stating things such as how her nose is too long, how her hair is too dull, and how her chin, and I quote, sticks out a mile. She then continues on about the appearance she'd prefer to have, such as violet eyes, later changing it to green, wavy hair, and movie star lips. The clip ends when a little boy rings her doorbell, disrupting her daydream, asking, "Can Grace come out and play?" She then seems to snap back into reality, stating, "Oh well, for now I guess I'll manage somehow," and continues with how she thinks someday that she'll turn out okay, but for now, let me catch that baseball. I, for one, love this sort of animation style. I've always found it very appealing. How about you? Does this sort of animation style draw you in or away? So, who remembers short films by short people? For those of you who don't, short films by short people were a collection of videos ranging 3 to 5 minutes long created by kids. Like most shorts on Nickelodeon, they were shown between programs. They were aired mainly in the afternoon, but would occasionally be shown in the morning during Nick Jr. to fill time. One of the most memorable ones for me, besides Foil Man, featured a group of kids and a giant walk-around vulture puppet. Attack of the Giant Vulture starts by showing a girl in a red coat walking through a tunnel bridge. You then begin seeing the shadow of the vulture on the wall beside her. The vulture then walks up behind her and begins taking chunks of cotton out of the shoulder of her coat. The girl turns to face him, screams, and runs away. The rest of the video is the vulture chasing the girl, along with her group of friends around, trying to catch them and eat them. In the end, the kids end up inside of a cardboard box with him and beat him to a pulp, plucking his feathers off and chasing after the now small bald vulture. It is implied that they catch him, as he is shown at the end of the video, cooked on a plate, with the kids prepping to eat him, forks in hand. Ever wonder how to stop a panda bear from shedding? How about whether wrestling is real or not? If so, the agents of Whack had you covered. With a panda named Jack, a fox named Haley, and a kangaroo named Bonnie, they were there to solve the annoying enigmas of the universe.
So you don't have to.
One of the most memorable shorts, if not the most memorable, was when Whack was determined to find out how many potato chips one could eat. Bonnie the kangaroo volunteered to be the test subject, stating,
"I can never have enough chips."
The trio is then shown in a room full of boxes with Jack tallying while Haley drops chips into Bonnie's mouth. Bonnie ends up eating every last potato chip in the entire world, except the rotting, disgusting burnt chip at the bottom of the bag. She then concludes that she has, in fact, had enough. But just as Haley begins stating to the viewers that it is in fact possible to eat every single potato chip in the entire world, Bonnie grabs the rotten burnt chip from Jack and eats it. Then, after acting as if she was going to explode, she lets out a quick burp and says,
I'm thirsty.
It then shows the planet Earth from space, with the ocean being sucked dry through a straw. I don't remember there being a whole lot of these shorts, but they're silly, fun, and fun to remember. Time to grab your backpacks and sharpen up your pencils. We're loading bus 4146 for this next short. As Our School Bus Turns is easily one of my favorite Nickelodeon shorts of all time. The humor of this segment was that same classic 90s Nick randomness that we all knew and loved. One example of the many is an episode titled New Kid. The clip starts by showing the new kid, introduced as Fenris, sitting in the bus seat looking around and whistling. He's then joined by an older, husky-looking kid named Felix. Felix informs Fenris that he will be his bully for today's trip and whips out a pair of electric hair clippers. But before Felix can use the clippers, Fenris whips out his camera and takes a couple of pictures of Felix with the flash on, blinding him momentarily. Fenris then asks Felix if he knows a kid named Benson Rigsby, who apparently was his bully on the last bus, then continues on with the never-ending series of random questions and useless information. He then pauses a moment, looks straight at Felix and asks, "Do you know Benson Rigsby?" Felix, having had enough, lets out a cry of defeat and books it to the back of the bus. The announcer then asks the viewers, has Fenris finally finished talking?
No, my middle name Faxon means the carrot.
Will Felix Yuma ever recover?
Just kept going and going and going and going.
And who would wear his dad's very expensive Italian tassel loafers with white socks? As I said, just funny and random, my favorite type of humor. Do you guys remember any clips or shorts that weren't mentioned in today's video? I would love to hear. Until next time, stay rad, stay rockin', and I'll see you soon.